One of the not so well known perks of London traffic is the realisation that it will take you roughly 42 minutes to get home from almost anywhere in central London, and another 42 minutes to sort your lunch out. That's an initial 2 minutes of cursing while you wonder whose great idea it was to slyly decrease the number of parking spaces in London so that it resembles Gibraltar and people are scared to move their car in case they lose their space. A further 10 minutes of driving around in circles to find a parking space. Add another 10 minutes to walk home because your old parking space is now a cycle lane and the nearest space is in the next town. Another 10 minutes to walk from the home you've recently entered and back around to the local supermarket because someone has eaten what you thought you were going to eat. There's an empty shelf in the fridge where this morning there was sandwich material. Great minds think alike when you live in a house with others. Another 10 minutes to get back to the home where you were just 10 minutes previously when you were looking at the empty space in the fridge where the eggs, tomatoes and packet of sliced cheese were this morning when you left for work. And although the double whammy of deja vu, I'm sure we've been here before, and the joyfulness as you simultaneously reload and unload the fridge with the bits you need for your not so quick sandwich, the righteous anger is simmering in the background. By now the thought is, fuck it. Why didn't I just stop at the Pie Man for a quick salad, or Pophams for a sneaky bacon and maple, or even Sally Clark's for a bit of chicken pie? And I was right next to Buns from Home or Ottolenghi's after my second job this morning. I knew I should have bought something nice from caffeine as well as the coffee. Maybe I should just slip round the corner to Sunday's Barnsbury and get the halloumi, egg and sweet chilli jam roll, or a dainty cake from Bella Pock, or a little bit of quiche and salad. The little one portion size quiches are amazing. Mid-sandwich making, the voice from another room says, "Have you said hello to Hector? He's scratching the door," which roughly translates as, "Take the fucking dog out, he's bursting." Being a cabbie who spends half his day drinking coffee to stay awake and the other half of the day looking for a toilet in between journeys that he can park near because he's also bursting for a wee resonates deeply with Mark. That uncomfortableness of a full bladder that turns into joyful relief. Peeing like a cart horse is the phrase that comes to mind. Anyone who's ever drunk 12 pints of lager, 15 cocktails or 2 bottles of wine, or if they're teetotal, has overdone their daily 2, 3 or 4 litres of Evian when they're on a health kick, will gladly testify to the unusual but unbelievably nice feeling of release from the anxiety of worrying you're going to pee yourself. Sounds of joy, such as long can be heard from the male species in urinals in public toilets up and down the country. Sometimes there may be other sounds of joy in public toilets, but we'll leave those thoughts for another story. For those of us who have those random thoughts though, take a few seconds to enjoy them. The differences of our sexual natures give us a proclivity, shall we say, a tendency or inclination to think in a certain way. The mind will be often a different kind of wonder than those of us who associate toilet cubicles with little packets, sniffing noises and different kinds of joyful R's. And for those of us who think of both, well, as Cardinal Murphy O'Connor, aka the Catholic Primate of England and Wales, ordained in 1956, consecrated in 1977 and created Cardinal in 2001 by Pope John Paul II, no less, who once blessed Mark, hence the tag Lucky Mark, may have said, "Shame on you." Where were we? Toilet humour. Hector the family pet really does need a quick walk for his midday wee and a poo every day. And to be fair, Mark enjoys the walk almost as much as he enjoys moaning to himself about whoever has eaten the cheese, bread, milk or whatever's missing from the fridge. When the cheese is in the aforementioned place, that's the day Mark decides he fancies hummus or fancies a bit of pickle with his sarnie, and the pickle jar is empty. That's even worse than missing, leaving empty pickle jars or sauce bottles in the fridge, because you get right to the last stage of the sandwich. There should be a law stating all jars and bottles are made of clear glass so you can tell how much is left within the container, rather than coloured plastic that cheats the eye. The anger, the absolute rage you get when you pick up what you thought was a full jar and the weight lets you know it's empty. and the cheese and pickle sandwich is going to struggle to live up to its name. Horrible. The anger subsides to sadness. The reality of a cheese and pickle sandwich without the pickle. It's like being robbed of that moment of happiness you were expecting. Mark's mind is having another wander.